Hey y'all, Carolina Tony here.
And Debbie.
Today we're in Butte, Montana, and we are at the Mai Wah
Yes.
Museum.
Yes, Chinese museum.
Chinese museum. There was a lot of stuff that went on here, some noodle cooking, a Mercantile, and a lot of history. We're going to go inside and learn about some of the Chinese people that were here in Chinatown in Butte, Montana. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, if you will, please do so. And don't forget to ring that bell so you'll be notified every time we put a video out, which is always on Monday and Friday, 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, enough of this chitter chatter, and we'll get started right after the station identification. The herbal shop was located in back of the Mercantile space of the Mai Wah building. Additionally, at one time, there were 7 herb doctors practicing in Butte. Most of them were old-fashioned herb doctors who may or may not have graduated from a herbal school in China. The 1918 flu epidemic, which killed hundreds of Butte citizens, gave the Chinese herb doctors occupation to treat flu victims. And this is where the Chinese would come to get things, in fact, right here for the stomach ailments and rheumatism. Do you know what this is? Right there. How you say it? Abacus. That's how I learned to count. And that's why I still use my fingers. The Wah Chong Thai Mercantile was the most important general store in Butte's Chinatown, patronized by the non-Chinese community as well as the Chinese, just as rural general stores throughout the U.S. provided various services. The Mercantile also did much more than just sell goods. Besides its obvious commercial activities, it was also the place to find lodging, social interactions, and job opportunities. That's a big old walk. Okay. And is this the front of the store back in the day? Back around 1893. I wonder where that door went. Boy. We're in the center of the Mercantile, as you can see down below. This area that we're in now has a ceiling that's about 6 foot. This is called the cheater story. This 6 foot high metal story is called a cheater story because it cheated the tax man. The first floor plus this level added up to a height that was taxed as if it were one story, but the Chinese use it for offices, shops, lodgings, and more.
It's the only one surviving in Butte.
This is the only one surviving in Butte. this electrical system. This is the original knob and tube. Of course, you see the two wires and the insulators running where the wire crosses. Some history of the Chen family. Butte had at least one Chinese noodle parlor since 1895. In 1905 and 1910, 7 noodle parlors and at least 3 other Chinese restaurants catered to the Butte community, including the fashionable after theater trade. Although 3 noodle parlors were still operated in 1945, only one is still in business today. The Peking restaurant at 117 South Main serves much more than noodles, and it has had the distinction of being managed by the same family since 1911, the Tams. This dragon was a gift to the people in Montana from the people of Taiwan in 1998. And they use this in the Chinese New Year's parade. Right.
The kitchen of the noodle parlor contains the original wood stove later converted to natural gas, a noodle strainer, and the ice box. The business operated until 1941.
Front of this stove for standing all those years. Look how it's wore out and worn down. Cooking in those woks for all those years. You can see the ceiling has been stained by the smoke and grease. Got some history talking there. This old ice box. So there was no refrigeration, and they would keep their stuff in here with blocks of ice to keep it cool. Yeah, it's room. There was a stove in there with a vent hood. There was a fire in here, and you can see the damage. Well, that's going to be a wrap for our trip to Butte, Montana, to the Mai Wah Chinese Museum. Is that correct?
Chinese Heritage.
Chinese
Museum of Chinese Heritage.
There you go. A lot of interesting stuff in here. It's been really interesting to see how the Chinese people were treated. In fact, you know, they were begged by businessmen and mining companies to come over and work mines and work the railroads, and then once that started going south, we don't need you anymore and we're going to treat you bad. And then even pass a national law to try to get rid of you. Lots of history here. We really enjoyed it and hope you did too. If you did, Debbie's got something she wants to tell you.
Y'all please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss a video, and please like and share this with your family and friends.
I think she pretty well said it. And for now,
y'all have a good day.